Welcome to another Vintage League here. Today we're playing Mono White Belcher. I've tooled around with this kind of a deck in a few different colors before. If you go back a number of months at this point, you'll see a Soldier Tribal Mono White Belcher deck based around soldiers. And it has a couple lands in there. Some of these decks I play have called Land Belcher because they've had like the Cycler creature and then some lands. That one had the bird soldier flyer thing that can search up a plateau. More recently I've played mono black land belcher lists with like troll to cycle and get a land and some of the good black cards. Black I think is better because it's got dark ritual. It's a lot harder to ramp out some of your cards in belcher here in white, but it's kind of a fun deck in white because you can still play a bunch of like permission-y elements. The soldier deck wasn't particularly good. I mean, we did win matches, but it wasn't amazing by any stretch. The mono black one has had, pretty reasonable success. I think the last video I did with it was bad, but I have like 4-1 with that deck before. So we're going to give mono white another try, but not soldiers this time. We're just going to be playing a combination of generically good cards and then a Frodo Determined Hero package with equipment here. So a combo that I've wanted to play for a while but haven't gotten around to yet is Frodo Determined Hero, which can attach equipment to itself for free, along with, and it also prevents damage when it's attacking, with a Buster Sword from the Final Fantasy set. So it turns Frodo into a +3/+2, a 5/4 that can't die to combat damage, and when it deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. You can play something from your hand with mana value less than 5 because you're dealing that much damage. So you can play the Goblin Charbelcher for free from your hand after you swing with Frodo. So like turn 1, you play a land and a Mox, play Frodo. Turn 2, play Buster Sword, swing, draw a card, put in Belcher or put in a Fatty or something. Could be pretty strong. And when I say lands, where it's a Belcher deck, so we've got the artifact, all the fast artifact mana, and then we've got 4 Emeria's Call, which is a land on the back, 4 Witch Enchanter, which is a land on the back, and 4 Razorgrass Ambush, which is a land on the back. So no real lands, because we want to make sure we have no actual lands in our deck so that our Belcher wins. Some of the other decks I have played have 1 or 2 lands in the deck, but they've been mountains and double, and had the cyclers to fetch them out. But this time we're just playing no nonsense, real Belcher, no lands in the deck, so activating Belcher is a guaranteed win as long as you've got enough cards in your deck. But we do have all these pseudo kind of land cards here. So like turn 1 Frodo, and then turn 2 Buster Sword's a good opener. We can also put Adaptive Omnitool on our Frodo here, and that can... We played this once before in a Raker Shops deck, and it did pretty well. Positive finish league there with Tool Raker Shops. This was pretty reasonable. But this can find our Goblin Charbelcher, which is pretty cool, and also just make a big creature. So if we swing with Frodo or any other creature equipped with the Adaptive Omnitool, we can look at the top 6 cards of our library and get an artifact from them, like our Goblin Charbelcher, or just mana or something, or another equipment. All that works. So this is just more ways to get our Belcher. It can also just, create a big creature. Swing with a huge Archon can be good. We've got Cloud. So we have Cloud and his Buster Sword, which is pretty fun in this deck. Buster Sword actually works better with Frodo, which is funny. But we do have Cloud that can find our equipments. We've also got 1 Skullclamp here for the Cloud plus Skullclamp combo, where you find Skullclamp, equip it to Cloud. It triggers twice because of Cloud's ability. You draw 4 cards, which is pretty fun. But Cloud can also get Adaptive Omnitool, and it can get, Buster Sword. So all that can, draw cards, be an engine, power through, find our Belchers and stuff, and play them. We got some just generically good white cards here, too. White has a lot of those. We've got 4 Archon of Emeria, probably the strongest white card in the game, at least for Vintage. Can really shut down a lot of decks and let us move ahead there. for Dauntless Dismantler to shut down a lot of the other artifact decks that are quicker than us, and even like against like Mono White Initiative, you play this on turn 1 that can slow them down a lot. That can buy us a good chunk of time there. For Swords to Plowshares, a lot of creatures in Vintage right now. Playing 3 Stillmoon Cavaliers. There's a lot of Mono White Initiative and a lot of Lurrus Control running around. Those are probably 2 of the biggest decks right now, if not just the 2 biggest decks. At least in challenges, they are the 2 biggest decks, Mono White Initiative and either blue-black or blue-black-white Lurrus Control. In leagues, which is what we're playing, the meta is a lot more varied, but in a challenge, more competitive metagame online, this is a very, very strong card. We're going to play a few of these main deck here to try and shore up some of those matchups. 1 Boromir as another pseudo kind of Vexing Bauble kind of card, but pretty good in white. So, Witch Enchanter is a land, but it's also just like a good card. We can blow up Oath with this. Oath has made a pretty big comeback recently because blue-black control is very strong, and Oath has a good matchup into blue-black control. I think that covers most of the cards here. Razorgrass Ambush does have text, and on top of just being a land here, it can deal some damage and blow stuff up. Bunch of our good restricted permission spells and mana rocks here, and then all of the 0 mana fast mana we can possibly have. Alright, throw a like and a subscribe. My content's all free. I don't make any money from this, so anything, any benefit from promoting and liking, subscribing can help with that is all very much appreciated. Do this for fun, but it is nice to have some views. We'll go on to the sideboard next. Oh, and throw a comment down if you got any ideas, especially for other like Spider-Man decks. I played 1 Spider-Man deck before last week. I think it was a strong positive finish league with Tentacle, Mono Blue at Aggro Tentacle shops with the Doc Ock tentacles that you can equip for free onto like the big affinity creatures like Thought Monitor. It had a nice positive finish in that league. It was really strong. I enjoyed that. But I'm not sure what other Spider-Man cards to play, so if you got any ideas, let me know down below. Now on to the sideboard. For portable holes, a lot of this is for Null Rod and Collector Oof. This deck is really soft in Null Rod and Collector Oof, so we're playing for the portable holes, which we can play off our white mana to try and help with that. It can hit other stuff, obviously, but it's mainly for Collector Oof and Null Rod. And Void Mirror, that kind of thing. 3 Soul Guide Lanterns for Containment Priest for the bizarre matchups, but then we can also bring in the Containment Priest against Oath. And then 4 Mindbreak Traps to bring in against mostly the fast artifact decks, and then also on the draw against things like Mono White Initiative that can go faster than us. So nothing too fancy here, trying to shore up some of the clear weaknesses of the deck. Now, we'll get into the league here in a second. Obviously this is a bit of a silly deck, but it is really fun when it works. The Soldiers League was a lot of fun, so hopefully we get to do some cool things again. Alright, see you in round 1. Alright, here we go. I think we can keep this. It's a little soft, but we're up against Absorbent 3. Classic red-green player in Vintage. Absorbent 3 is famous for playing red-green. Tapped as a Surveil land. Oof, goes into the graveyard. Alright. Mana would be good. It's not mana. Yeah, we're looking for mana here. That's a fun one. We've played this card. in another void black-green deck. Block. If they want to bolt it, that's fine. Yep, that's completely fine. Mana. No. Play another Dismantler. We got a lot of Tarmogoyfs over there. Mana. Alright, that is mana. I think we can put the Stillmoon under there. That's not doing anything really. Let's keep the swords up. Look for more mana with the Omnitool. Red. Oh boy. No! That is not what we wanted to see here. Ugh. Oh boy. Oh boy. We gotta try and find like a Lotus here. Chrome Mox is something. We need to find, I think, exactly Lotus. Jeez. Yeah, well, I think we need Black Lotus in our top 7 cards here, and we can win. Otherwise, we lose. Actually, that makes things a little more interesting, doesn't it? So we could play Archon, trade with the Frenzied Baloth, block a Tarmogoyf, swords a Tarmogoyf. Think that's actually better, right? Gives us another draw. And they have to brick, but if they do brick, then we... So, block, block, swords, we go to 1. Play the Belcher. And we just see if they can win. Nothing else we can do here. Alright, we'll Belgium. Oh, wow. Did that do anything? No. So text proof from blue and black. That didn't do anything. Interesting. We want the portable holes for collector oof for sure. Stillmoons do nothing. Archon does close to nothing. Everything else I think is pretty decent. Dismantlers are not really. Yeah, the Dismantlers are still pretty bad. I don't know. Try that. Archons aren't great either. Alright, here we go for game 2. Okay, here we go. I think on the draw this is fine. We've got mana, we've got removal. This is basically a mulligan, but I think it's okay on the draw. Pretty good. No. So we can play around Voidmere, we can play around Force of like Vigor. I think Force of Vigor is the more likely one to play around here. We can almost cast this. 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, well that makes this slightly harder to cast. Certainly interesting. I guess we go for it. And we can, in theory, next turn, belch. Collector Oof. Ah, that is also a problem. We can get rid of it with the portable hole, but it is a problem. If we draw a Mox, we can win, I think. Yeah. We need to draw a land, artifact mana. Nope. Play. We can't get 3 mana right here, so just play that. Pay 3 life. No. Portable hole. I don't understand how they have no play. Force of Vigor? We did not play around Force of Vigor. Oh, we did not play around Force of Vigor. We would have played out our Mox and we could have played around this. That's brutal. Yeah, it's on me. That was a... I guess if they just drew the Force of Vigor. Oh. Oof. Well, we got a game again. That gets them Wasteland, which is bad for us. We gotta get rid of that Wrenn in 6. Oh, that's hitting our Chrome Mox, huh? Well, that's relevant. I guess we play it. They got a bolt or something. Yep. I think we're dead now. Oh, now we're dead. Oh, I guess we have the swords. That doesn't really do much, but. We need so much help here. I think we just play that as a land. No, I think we hold it actually. There's a world where we draw like Soul Ring and then we can use it to blow up something. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly. Alright, well now I wish I would have played it out. What in the world is in their hand? They have all the mana in the world and 4 cards in hand. So I don't understand what's going on here. We can't untap our stupid thing. This feels like a very strange game. I'm going to put the Skullclamp over here because we do then have sacking the Boromir as a thing we can do. Okay. I don't know what happened there. A good game. Always fun to play against Absorbent 3. And, yeah. Got one for the Mono White Belcher team. Alright, here we go. I mean, I think it's a keep. I don't love it, though. Wasteland. Okay. That's fine, actually. Sure. Skull Ring was a good draw. I think I'm actually... Maybe that's dumb. This is Orcish Bowmaster, right? I think we actually just going to play this for mana. We're not trying to fight their mana, we're just trying to have mana. Try and play the Belcher around Spell Pierce, maybe. Should be Orcs. I think that's fine. They're on the control versions. That doesn't actually do that much against us. Sure. I'm worried about running the Belcher just into open blue mana here and getting it countered. If I want to force this, that's fine. Strip Mine there is brutal. What is in their hand? Okay. We don't get our sword, but that's okay. Maybe I should have been more aggressive with the Belcher, I'm not sure. We gave them a lot of turns to draw forces, so kind of regret not jamming now. They had a lot of like random crap in their hands. I don't know. It's hard to... The jam or not jam and wait is always a tough one. A bunch of hards in hand, there's a good chance they do have the force blue card. Alright, we can only attach one. We're just going to go for the attack here again. Okay. I think at this point we're just going to start playing stuff. We can misstep up here, so not worried about that. They'll probably counter it though. Okay. You've got a C and 5 unknowns. Blue. That's potentially a problem. Brainstorm. They're brainstorming here. They don't have anything, so I'm gonna try and stop them from seeing stuff. Saga. Sure. Yeah, we just belch them. Do 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 do. Game 2. So we want our portable holes. We don't want Dauntless Dismantler, not really. Archon's meh. I don't love taking out so many creatures. The Archon back in, I guess, or the Priest. Maybe one Dismantler. Maybe one Dismantler is okay. Can carry a sword. Alright, it's an interesting hand. Since we're on the draw, I think we keep it. It has some obvious weaknesses, but like, we've got, you know, any of the mana in our deck I think helps us a lot. We do have a, jeez. We do have a turn 1 play. I think we do hit it. Try and hit the Lotus. That's powerful. Jet. We really want a Mox here. Oof, that is not a Mox. Alright, we need a mana source. We need a mana source bad. Taking a lot of damage here. Yep. That is not what we want. We wanted a Mana Crypt. We still want a Mana Crypt. Alright. Well, fair enough. You got it. We died. It happens. Mana Crypt. We also need them to have like nothing, right? But Mana Crypt. Mana Crypt. Oh, now we're just dead. Okay. See if that does anything. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can get him on the play. Don't think we really change anything. Just run it back. Alright, we're on the play. It's almost good. This can't imprint a portable hole though. But we can remove all of their stuff. Honestly, this is a lot closer than it probably looks, just because the Stillmoon Cavalier is really good. We've got removal for days. Ugh. I got a mulligan, but I don't. It's a close one. Keep that. Put his swords back. It's a very different type of hand. They got another fast mana start now. Probably have a push then, I guess. Oh no. Not like this. Okay. We died, I guess. Okay. Yeah, that's brutal for us. Yeah. Let's see if they want to counter, somehow remove this guy. Oh boy. They figured out the trick. Now let's see if they've got a removal, a counter spell for our Belcher. Double force. Yeah, they got double frickin' force. That recall killed us. Double force, yeah. This card's so good against us. You got it. Thing is, even if we draw a Belcher here, which is like our only out, they just get the stupid Pithing Needle. Really don't want to razor glass the stupid token. Maybe I should have just played this. The recall killed us. That's where we lost here, because that's how they got the double force. I don't think we want to tussle with this. Well, it does open up Belcher again. Oh, not our league, huh? Not our league. Yeah, they just pump it, give it flying, and then they kill us. Alright. Okay, here we go. Can't keep that. Yes, I guess. Against Lurrus. I think the Boromir is the pitch then. But if we're against the combo version, I'll regret that. Alright, that's annoying. Ugh. Some vintage decks are starting to play Daze as a 1 or 2 of. It's like my least favorite card in Legacy. Do not love that. It's coming to vintage. Yeah. Yeah. Now we're in trouble because of that. They've got some good draws, but they've got 4 cards in hand, so. Green. Okay. Not what we need. Getting dazed there was brutal. Ugh. You know, they got an Oko or something in their hand, they can play it now. It looks like they do, because they're fetching, or they might just get Lurrus. Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal. Alright, I think we're dead then. I'm gonna play it out because in theory we could draw like swords into I don't even know. Belcher and I don't know. I think our next draw has to be swords. This draw was really bad. If we had a creature there, we'd actually be in this. But not drawing a creature there was brutal. That's so close. That's so far as well. Alright, I think that we can concede to that one. Yeah, I think that daze was the whole game there. Whole game. Dauntless Dismantlers are really bad. This at least stops some of the Lurrus creature shenanigans, so I think one of them is okay. That was rough. It's on the edge. I think I will keep it, but I don't love it. It's specifically good against Collector Roof. That's brutal. Okay, really want to draw a Mox in here. Yep. Notably, they can't daze us off the bayou. That one, the other one might actually be relevant. We're gonna play this one first. They do have access to blue because they got the Wasteland there. We want to draw mana at this point still. We got lucky there drawing some mana, but we still need more of it. Almost half of our deck is mana though, so. Green, green. Okay. I think I'm okay with Frodo getting blown up. So we'll play the Buster Sword. I think that's going to get Frodo pushed. Yep, that's going to get Frodo pushed. Might be able to use Containment Priest as a special secret attacker, depending on what happens here. Which could be fun. I think we just want to get Frodo down. Okay. Still worried about Frog though, so I think I'm going to save the swords. Maybe they play a Frog like in Swords it. Okay. Assume they're just jumping with the token here, yeah. Can't do cloud shenanigans, really. Just be mana efficient here. Oko? No, Lurrus. Okay. Alright, well, that opens up some interesting... Actually, no, it doesn't. It is you may cast. It is cast. So we should swing first, see if they block. Cloud will just die. I don't want to put in Cloud. I think we're putting the other Buster Sword, I guess. Now we can't cast anything because of Archon. You got a Lurrus and 2 unknowns in hand. Oh boy. Brutal. They can't actually play the Lurrus right now. 1 black. Push. One blue. Oh, jeez. Alright, well, that's a good top deck. Oh, boy. Maybe it should have been the Orc. I'm not sure. That's interesting. Realizing the Archon's kind of has some issues in our deck. Get an Omnitool. Yeah, we would have been able to swing with the Frodo if we would have, you know, had the tool there. Lurrus. No, they can't play Lurrus yet. Green. Green. Oh, they can play Lurrus off of the, yes. Are they going to attack? I feel like we sort of need to get rid of the Archon's messing us up here. Archon is causing us problems. I am worried about the Deathrite Shaman just killing us. Maybe we've got one more turn before we have to worry about that. See if they want to block. Do I guess they can kill the Containment Priest then. They may have a push. I should have played the Portable Hull first. Charbelcher. They are Belcher. Where did our land go? What happened to our Witch Enchanter? Didn't we... What? Where's our Witch Enchanter? Did our Witch Enchanter just disappear? Am I crazy? I have to relook at the replay there. I'm not sure what happened. Those Force of Vigors are killing me. And then Containment Priest not actually doing what I thought it was going to do has also been bad. Interesting. I think at this point we have to double block this or we die. Yeah, those Force of Vigors have been good against us, huh? We got a hard chaos force. That's not good for us. Oh, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep attacking into the stupid Orcish Spellmaster and giving them a thing? I don't understand this. I'm not very good at this game, huh? I'm still waking up and that is just dumb. Just letting them ping me for no reason. Absolutely no reason. Just gave them a creature and a ping for 0 reason at all. Yep. I think we're just gonna die to Deathrite Shaman, which is sad. Yep. Alright. The combo with Deathrite Shaman. Alright, well, I didn't play this game well at all. Definitely feel like I could have played better and not gotten blown out by Force of Vigor so many times. But oh well. I think the game one where we pretty much solely lost to Daze was just kind of unfortunate. Where their hand just lined up super well against ours and we didn't know that. Yeah, even Belcher doesn't work here. Whereas they're 1 mana short of winning with Belcher. Yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. We have no lands. If we had a land, this would be pretty decent. Yeah. Back the second Dismantler. Bauble. That's a good one against us. Jeez. Well, we're in trouble. That's very... Playing against a Collector Roof deck and a Null Rod deck in this league has been tough. We are soft to the main deck Rod effect decks. Oh, that's a fun card. We played this before. That is very good against us. We basically have no outs to the Null Rod main deck. We can't play... I think we're dead here. Sure. That doesn't matter. We need a land. It's not the land we need. I mean, we have Frodo here. Or he could just be dead. 5, 6 mana? Okay, we'll go to game 2. We are not set up for this deck by any stretch of the imagination here. So the Stillmoons are completely useless. Archon's not great. I guess might just be better than the did we freeze? Don't think that does anything. This hand doesn't do anything either. But it's got lands and stuff. This didn't work last time. Don't think it'll work this time. We're going to give it a shot. We got a bunch of cards that are good to draw here. It's interesting. I think we do play this. Okay. Well, that's irritating. All right. I think I want the Buster stored. bigger than us, so we'll just pass. Fury would be bad. They can Fury now. Oh, they got a Caracas. Yeah, they're gonna get Furied anyway. Ugh. Ugh. Yep. I guess I should have popped this beforehand. Land. No. Crap. I get dead then, I guess. Needed a land to play the stupid Charbelcher. Leauge just not going our way, huh? And we've got portable holes, not swords. Double swords, we could clear their board and we'd be okay. Now we have no outs, because even Black Lotus is only 6 mana, which is not enough. Yeah, we're just actually dead. Okay. Oh, they had no right anyway, nothing mattered. It's just a terrible matchup. Oh well. And they just throw the thing at us. Okay, here we go. We're on the draw here. I think, if I remember right, our opponent's mulligan. I think our opponent's on Dredge. If I remember right, our opponent's a Dredge player. And if that is the case, like our hand's fine against the artifact combo decks. It's got play against Lurrus. It's really bad against Dredge, though. Against Dredge, you really just need to try and belch them. Now, if we mulligan this and they're on something that's, you know, this hand's reasonable against, which is pretty much anything except Dredge, then we're gonna look silly. I think I'm gonna go for a This is bad. Okay, they are in fact on Dredge. And they kept 7, so none of our choices probably mattered at all. Cannot find a Belcher to save our life here, can we? I think we... Yeah. Alright, we'll pack it in. We tried. We did our best. Okay. We only have very specific hands that could do anything against Dredge game 1, and we didn't find them, so it's okay. Fine. Alright, let's try this again. Ugh. It's a keep. Don't think we need the misstep. I think we want to try and get the Actually, we don't have double white now for Cloud, which is interesting. But if we draw a white source, now let's just do this Cloud things. So if we don't play the priest now, that lets them get 3 more draws to try and find a Force of Will. I don't think we want to allow that. I only got a Force. Now, not putting a white card underneath the Bizarre seems problematic. No, the Chrome Mox is problematic. Oh boy. Well. Double chill, it's a problem. Yield to all. It's a nice fix. They got blockers, which is annoying.
Okay. We're dead. It doesn't really matter what we do. Yeah, they just swing with the Ichorids. Alright.
Alright, so not the best league in the world, obviously. 1-4 here, didn't even get any play points back. Yeah, I mean, it was tough. But I mean, I think 1-4 for Frodo's Buster Sword, Mono White Belcher, and Vintage is probably a fair record. If you expected better, I'm curious as to why. Let me know down in the comments. I'd be interested to know why you thought this was going to go any better. I'll probably reorder some of these. I think, you know, round 1 is like just getting demolished by Dredge and not doing anything, so I'll probably move that down. You know, try and get some of the better matchups in the beginning. Maybe I'll start with Absorb. Maybe move this one to the bottom. I think we actually did better with the Soldier version, which is kind of funny. I played this right before Spider-Man, and there's a card from the Spider-Man set I think could be good in here in place of like 1 or 2 of the Dauntless Dismantlers. It's 1 in a combination blue-white, so 2 mana total. For a 2/2 flyer, artifacts and creatures your opponents control enter tapped. It's a bit more aggressive, and this deck is trying to aggro out a bit, so I think that card would be pretty good here. I think the card is Spider-Woman, but I can't remember what its like Universes Beyond Online name is, or in-universe online name is. But yeah. Anyway, like, subscribe, throw a comment down here if you enjoyed this, or if you didn't, let me know. That's all good too. Any feedback is appreciated. I do like this archetype, I just can't quite make it work apparently. Maybe I'll go back to trying some of the other colors. It is fun, and we definitely have enough modal double-faced cards to play Belchery decks. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I was thinking of trying this combo with Lorien Revealed, because if you got Frodo and Buster Sword and you attack, you deal damage, you draw a card, and you can play. You've dealt 5 damage, so you can play Lorien Revealed for free. So I might try that at some point. That could be fun. I think the problem is like a lot of the decks in Vintage right now can make just little blockers, so getting through with Frodo's Tufts, like Workish Bowmaster, Glaring Fleshraker, can all just like jump block Frodo, which is pretty annoying. And you know, even like Thunder Trap Trainer can, so like I think right now Frodo's not in a great position because of the lack of evasion, which is unfortunate. So maybe I'll try this again if the meta shifts to less creatures or something. Yeah, anyway. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.